Welcome back, faithful Catholics. Here we are live with the saints. We are filming live today at St. Pius X Parish. We're here with a group of middle school students who are learning about the theology of the body. Can you say hi, middle schoolers?
Hi!
As I mentioned last week, we have a very special and new saint with us tonight. Let us put our hands together to welcome one of the most recent canonized saints, the patron of lonely hearts, Saint Theresa of Calcutta. Come on in here.
Yeah!
Welcome. Now, do you prefer to be called Saint Theresa of Calcutta or your former title, Mother Teresa?
Thank you so much for this nice welcome. Please, call me Mother.
Alrighty. Welcome, Mother Teresa. It's so good to have you here. We are very excited to hear a little bit about your life.
I am too excited to be here. I'm originally from Albania and my name was Agnes. I was born in 1910 at the turn of the last century. My father died when I was 8 years old, so my family grew up very poor. My mom ran a fabric business out of our home. By the time I was a teenager, I knew I wanted to be a nun. I love Saint Theresa of Avila and Theresa of Lisieux. I think she was here last week.
Correct. Therese was here last week. Theresa of Lisieux became a nun when she was only 16. How old were you?
I entered the order called Institute of Blessed Virgin Mary, aka the Sisters of Loretto, when I was 18. I was trained in Ireland and took the name Mary Theresa. From there, I was sent to Calcutta, Asia.
Wow. So you were a missionary.
Yes, I always wanted to serve the poor.
What did you do?
I worked in a school. Soon everyone called me Mother.
Mother Teresa, you say you worked at a school. I thought you worked with the poor and dying. When did all that happen?
Well, Mr. Jake, I taught for years. Then, one day, I was sent by train to another town. While I traveled, I was very struck by all the poor and sick, the abandoned children, the homeless, all the people I saw who had no one to help them. I really heard Jesus telling me to help the poor. After much further prayer, I started a new religious order called Ministries of Charity. Jesus wanted me to bring his love to the poor and neglected people of the world and teach them about Jesus.
Wow, that is quite a change. So, what did you do?
It took 2 years, but I started the order and moved to the poorest part of Calcutta. I took a nursing class, and each day I would go to Mass and then roam the streets looking for sick, the lonely, and dying. I would pick up abandoned babies and take care of people as they died.
Wow, that must have been so hard.
It's more difficult to see people die alone. When we go to Mass, we receive Jesus in the Eucharist. When I was on the street, I could meet Jesus and all the people I cared for. We are all made in God's image. To see people treated like animals is the most heartbreaking thing imaginable.
Being a saint, you must have been really close with God. What kind of relationship did you have with him while you were alive?
That is an interesting question, host. For most of my life, I felt very distant from the Lord, but I remained faithful. I continued to pray for hours each day, attend Mass daily, and continue to serve the Lord, even though I could not presence for much of my life.
I've heard that you've received many awards, including the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes, I did, but I put little value in awards. I put more value in the various hosts that become part of the missionaries of charity that sprung up all over the world. These sisters serve the poor, the sick, and the dying.
Speaking of dying, how did you die?
I grew old and died in 1997. I was 87 years old. I died on September 5th, which is now my feast day.
Thank you so much, Mother Teresa. Do you have any last words you'd like to share with our audience?
Every time you smile at someone, it's an action of love, a gift to that person, a beautiful thing. Also, I can do things you cannot. You can do things that I cannot. Together, we can do great things.
That is very and thought-provoking. Thank you, Mother Teresa. Stay tuned next week when we learn about a variety of saints. Saint Mother Teresa, pray for us.
I am